me, creativity is the thread. It allows me to navigate all those worlds and have a very unique and original perspective in how I approach the work that I do in each one of those areas. I think creativity is such an important driving force in how you can build community and connection, but also inspire and engage people in all those different areas. I think creative leadership and its definition has evolved quite a bit over time. I define it as your ability to remain being very comfortable with the unknown and embracing and leaning into change. I think creative leadership is a lot about mentorship and nurturing and creating confidence in other creatives and people that you collaborate with. I think probably the most important thing though is embracing disruption and not being fearful. It's about creating a safe space for ideas to thrive. I think culture is such an important force in our world. It's what unifies us, it's what allows us to see what we have in common. And to me, it's such an important element in how we continue to challenge our perception of each other and of the world. So it feels very material for a brand to know yourself and know your values, but also connect them to the things that people are excited about and things that people focus on. Real purpose starts with something I tapped on before. You have to know who you are. You have to know what you believe and what you stand for. Of course, you make a product, but usually that product is symbolic or emblematic of something else, of a value that you believe that's a bit more elevated. So a lot of our work helps brands connect to that value and then put that value out in a way that allows for different communities, different audiences to engage with it. It's about providing value to those audiences and allowing them to achieve what their ambitions are, supported, of course, by the brand. And I think when you do that well, when you do that in a way that prioritizes the needs of the audience, they will disproportionately reward you, they will disproportionately choose your brand because you're helping them achieve something that they have in their heart. Saturday Morning was born in 2016. It was a response to a lot of what we saw in the world that was creating a very uncomfortable world for a lot of Black people, specifically Black men. And, in the US, there were so many instances of police brutality against Black men in that summer especially. And so we created Saturday Morning as a response to that. How can we use all the skills that we've been applying to help build brands like Nike and Apple and so many iconic brands? How do we take those skills and apply them to the challenge of attacking racial bias and injustice? And we've had the good fortune of collaborating with some incredible companies to create projects that put a real spotlight and create meaningful conversation on the topic. And our mission is to continue to create action, positive action. So over the last 2 years, we've really pivoted Saturday Morning from being focused on driving conversation to creating real action. So the big project that we're engaged in is building a center for creativity in Los Angeles, a physical space where we can educate the next generation of creative talent. Get them excited, honestly, about our industry and allow for them to have the skills, the practical, actionable skills to build a career. So we have a fundraising sort of campaign in progress, and we are very excited. I think this is going to be an amazing platform to enable the next generation of creative talent. My vision is that we as an organization are able to lean into our educational mission, which is to help enable and stimulate and really nurture excellence in craft and creativity for audiences all around the world. As an organization, of course, we are founded here in London, but our ambition has grown and we are really excited to push into many markets, the US, of course, being one, with me being the first president based there. But we're also looking at ways to expand into South America and into Asia and Africa. So there's a lot on our agenda in terms of how we can take some of our marquee programs like New Blood, like Shift, into those markets. I think there are two sides of the same coin. Talent. This industry is nothing without original perspective and imagination and our ambition to reinvent. And for me, that means we need fresh voices, unique perspectives, and those are going to come from probably unexpected places. So our ability to create on-ramps into the industry and remove barriers to entry is going to be really key. And that's a big part of what a program like Shift does. But very connected to that is how we work to ensure that we are bringing in not just these fresh voices and this unique perspective, but that we're also nurturing and providing opportunities for people to grow and evolve. Because I think part of the challenge is people come into the industry, but very quickly go out of the industry, and we need to keep them. I think mentorship, community advancement, continuing to build a safe space for creative bravery. These are all essential ingredients to ensure that people can come into the industry and thrive and find their voice and honestly, just have fun. People have options. The tools are so democratized now that if you're a creative person and you're not having a great time working in an agency or working at a design studio, you can go set up a TikTok, build your own audience, work directly with brands, and make stuff that feels more aligned with who you are or what you want to put out in the world. So we have to do a really great job of ensuring that it is a fun place to work and that it is a place where people can come and be brave and be their authentic self and challenge the paradigms. That's what's going to ensure that we continue to get the best of the best in the industry and keep them. I'm going to boil all of this down to curiosity. I think curiosity is the most important and essential ingredient to having a successful creative career, because that's what's going to drive you to continue to learn and to absorb new information and absorb new inputs, and honestly create the references that you can then use to prompt AI to come up with the image based on that photographer's style, or create something based on art you saw that you were inspired by. I just think there's a lot of talk of AI and how it's going to take away jobs and disrupt, and it's going to do all those things. But the thing that it can't do right now, and might be able to do by the time this interview comes out, is generate original thinking, original, unexpected ideas. That's still a very human thing. To me, that's about many inputs, but it's also about being comfortable being still. When's the last time you stood in line and didn't take out your phone and just stood there and let yourself be bored and let your mind wander? As I'm saying it to you, I don't remember the last time I did that. And I think we need to do so much more of that to help us connect with our imagination and connect with ideas that are in the ether that you won't be able to pull down because you're just absorbing so much information all the time. You're constantly stimulated. I think we need to find some stillness to allow us to tap into that. Oh, my expectation is that we're going to continue to raise the bar. I've had a really great time jumping in and out of several juries just to listen in and observe and honestly learn. And the work that's being debated is really exceptional. The conversations that the juries are having are very elevated, and I I'm excited for us to announce the shortlist because I think you're going to see some stuff that, for me, makes it very clear that what we do is very much alive, and that the very best of it is still going to inspire people and get them really interested in continuing to be a part of the industry.